Rocco, a 7-1 lead, and it's a loss. How do you digest what happened and transpired there in the later innings?
Well, it's not one that you're going to have fully digested at this point. You're going to have some little bit of thick skin. You're going to have to kind of just weather it and deal with it. It's not a some losses are different than other losses. This is going to be a tough one. That's going to bother. It's going to bother a lot of people in our clubhouse. There's no doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't think that we're wrong for thinking that. It's a game that we should win, a game that we need to win. Regardless of how it played out there. Some of that doesn't matter. We got to find a way to win a game like this when we've given ourselves a nice cushion, played really good baseball to get to the point where we have that 7-1 lead. But you can't rest on laurels. You can't rest on a 7-run lead, obviously. But you got to find a way to pull it out on both ends.
What did you make of Chris Paddock's outing?
I thought Paddock actually threw the ball reasonably well. Stuff looked good. That fifth inning, he threw the ball. There was nothing really wrong with the way he threw the ball. They don't strike out a lot, and they're going to find a way to put the ball in play. And they kept finding space. They hit the ground ball that Willie makes the play on, and we don't complete that play. It's it looked like we completed it, but obviously it's not the ruling that we got. Pat, it's not like they were hitting the ball hard off of Patty. He walked, I think, the leadoff guy, which is obviously something you need to avoid. Yeah. You just have to avoid that. But with that, he threw the ball fine. He didn't get good results, though, and they kept finding space. As did McCacken, and then we bring in Coulombe, and he finishes it against Alvarez that inning. But we got to find a way to close these innings out and put some zeros on the board in a game where we're in the driver's seat.
I think it's the fifth time in 9 games your starter hasn't gotten an out in the fifth. I mean, to what extent is this kind of a result of how much you've had to ask of the bullpen over this time?
It's probably part of it. I wouldn't call it the main culprit or the main reason why why we gave up some runs. Some of our bullpen guys are plenty rested to go out there and get outs. They're not overworked. A couple of the guys have worked a good amount. Mainly Varland and Alcala and Topa had a run there where we threw those guys a lot. I don't think I'm wrong. I think everyone else is in a good spot. But we need our starters not only to go 5, we need our starters to go 5, 6, or even 7 innings in these games, and we're going to get those starts, but we haven't gotten probably quite enough of them. But that's baseball. You're gonna go through periods where you still have to pull together, win games with the bullpen. We have a good bullpen. We have a bullpen that can go out there and put up a ton of zeros, and I know that that's what they're going to do. Today we didn't get it.
Good. Thanks, Rob.
Just from going from Duran into Jackson for the 8th and 9th, just what went into that?
Just matchup-based thoughts. That's it. We've done that a lot over the years. That's not something that's abnormal. And Duran actually went out there in the 8th. Duran threw the ball as good as I've seen him throw the ball probably ever. That was about as crisp and sharp for him. The stuff. Excellent. So I was very pleased with what we got from Duran. And Griffin Jack's one of the best relievers in all of baseball. He's going to close games for us too. They're both going to close games. So I don't point to that for in any way for what happened. It just wasn't the outing for Jax.